This year alone, right, would really tell the story of how challenges in retail is even elevated. And what a lot of people don't realize is it's not getting the Wheaties on the shelf. It goes all the way back to store footprint, how to build out a store, what's required, and those timelines can be 6, 9, 12 months out. You have to figure, how do I have my store configuration done the right way to market myself as a retailer? And at the same time, how do I manage the tariff conundrum? Am I front loading? Am I back loading? Am I rolling the dice? But when you roll the dice in retail, if your product's not on the shelf, you're dead in the water and you lose revenue. Whether that's raw materials to manufacturing the goods, whether that's capital equipment, whether that is the non-merchandise retail or it's actually the retail product itself, the planning process is pretty extreme. And the agility factor is huge, so why not lean on the expertise of a logistics provider? If your provider is not bringing you an ocean option, an ocean air option, an air option, a ground air dynamic, there's so many ways you can move product more efficiently, quicker, slower, cheaper, but every single scenario plays into that equation. And in the project rollout space, that's obviously some bread and butter that we've done over many, many years. And in the non-merchandise retail space, typically you don't just upgrade the one store, you upgrade 1,000 stores or 10,000 stores. And some of the retailers that we're touching today have a footprint of 16,000 stores in a market. That critical mass alone seems overwhelming. But the reality of it is, if you plan and you execute and you use your logistics providers and your supply chain teams the right way, you can actually scale it, get to market quicker, and actually reduce spend. We want to help plan, consolidate, educate our clients on the best way to move product from point A to point B. And the beauty of it is you improve service and cost. So it's kind of the perfect world. You don't want to get to market faster and pay more. You want to get to market faster, have reliability, and take advantage of scale and cost. And so we kind of put that perfect world together. When you talk about staging and distribution, it's again another very robust scenario. You can bring your product in, you can sort, seg, integrate if it's IT equipment, all with the variability of no fixed cost and the ability to get to market quicker. So instead of bringing it all the way into North Carolina, Dallas, whatever that location is, you can hit the port cities and cover certain regions of the country. The clients that divide procurement and ops and supply chain planning typically don't really get those kind of collaborative environments. I know what operations needs to execute. I know what the supply chain planning and the purchasing teams needs to execute. And oh, by the way, I need to understand what the procurement goals and initiatives are so we can build out something that's actually sustainable. And obviously then at that point, most of those folks are enrolling their logistics providers to be a part of that process as well. And then really bigger picture, what we look at in the retail business that we support, and again, we touch almost every single retailer in North America on any given day, but it's mainly the non-merchandise retail. So when you deal with that, there's so much more upstream and downstream that you have to take into account. Now I've got to figure out, well, we have to get it to that location on a given day. What's required to get it set in that certain footprint, right? Whether that's an installation, whether that's, it could be electrical, it could be construction. There's so many dynamics. And so again, that goes to the unraveling of the planning is, oops, we didn't realize we have to drill into the tile floors of a retail establishment. We don't necessarily do that drilling, but we're dealing with the people that are, who then didn't realize that. And so how can we profile out each and every scenario with those planning teams to make sure that we help not be a clog in that system of that supply chain, right? But I think what really unravels there is client satisfaction. You don't want to be a part of the negative experience or negative image out there because it can go viral in a matter of hours and days. Logistics does play a part in making sure that those experiences are amazing each and every time for those clients that walk into those stores. For us, it's about understanding each and every client intimately. But what we really want is, if there's a delay, what is the real impact of the delay? And how can we help if there is, which anybody in logistics knows there's an occasional delay, how do we mitigate that potential brand image issue at that individual client level, because I joke with clients, it's like on-time performance, billing accuracy, claims-free handling of freight. Those are all Me Too's. Those are table stakes in our space. I want to understand what it means for each client when something goes wrong. That cascades way beyond project logistics, way beyond retail. That's every single client we touch.